What's up, everybody? Jack and Frank back with another live video this week. This week is a little bit different as we have Sophie behind the camera filming for us today. So thank you, Sophie.
Today, a load of cool pie.
Absolutely, a load of cool pie. Today we are going to be talking about jacked up teeth and mouth guards and how that works.
Yeah, Jack, lots of folks have teeth that are not perfect. There's just no such thing as perfect teeth.
Right.
And so we're going to talk about how that works with a mouth guard and our process of getting an exact dental impression.
Mm-hmm.
But before we do that, I've been pretty excited because while things are not normal, things are seeming to tick in the right direction. What are you feeling?
Right, yeah. So from our merchants, we're starting to hear that they're going back to the gyms. Athletes are starting to train again. We personally have gone back to hockey. We're playing games. We played about 3 so far, which is awesome. We're excited to get back to sports and back to playing again, back to using our mouth guards. It's exciting.
Yeah, as long as everybody's doing it in a safe and secure way.
Right.
Let's keep moving forward.
Yeah,
for sure.
Staying smart and playing smart. It's great. We love it. But let's go ahead and dive right into the jacked up teeth conversation.
Okay, let's do that. Jack, my teeth are jacked up. And I say that because you can't really see probably in this video, but my teeth have been crowded in the front bottom so that they're all jangled and turned. And that crowding has given me what we're just kind of kidding about jacked up teeth. But what it means is that my teeth are not perfect. And even if you've had braces, you'll find that your teeth are not perfect. And so that's why we developed our custom mouthguard impression system.
Right, yeah, so basically back to square one, I kind of want to explain the impression system. As you guys know, you get your fit kit in the mail and you take the perfect impression of your teeth. It looks kind of like this, and yeah, it's simple. It takes 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and then once you send that back to us to our lab, we create a model of your teeth. And here's a model of actually somebody with jacked up teeth. So this is kind of what it looks like with jacked up teeth.
So in this person's case, they're clearly missing some teeth.
Right.
And so our exact dental impression system takes that into account. And then our master craftsman will actually block out space for, in the case of a child that's missing teeth, for those teeth to come in, or in the case of an adult, for the guard to be comfortably fitting, even though those teeth aren't present.
Right, so you briefly mentioned it, but a question that I get a lot on the phone from customers is, hey, my daughter just lost her front tooth. Can I still get a perfect impression of her teeth and get a custom fit mouth guard for her?
Yeah, well, the answer is yes. Teeth going out are not so detrimental to the impression. But as those teeth come back in, all the way in, the dentition is going to change. And it's at that time that you'll need a fresh impression for another mouth guard. And so in the case of kids that are between, say, 8 and 14, they may need a new guard between every 8 to 16, 18 months.
Right, and the reason for that is because their teeth are just changing so much and so rapidly.
Right. The dentition changes, the teeth change.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is an example of one way that teeth are not present and therefore make it difficult for an off-the-shelf mouth guard to fit. Another way is, and you've got a picture of it, is if you've got impacted canines, in other words, they're coming out of your gums, almost protruding straight out, it's impossible to use something off the shelf. Here's a picture of impacted canines.
And then I'll swipe over and show you the mouth guard that we made for him.
Right. When we met Jimmy was upset because he couldn't get a mouth guard off the shelf to fit him to play hockey in that was comfortable. And if you can't wear a mouth guard to play hockey in, it's required, he was not able to play.
Right.
And so when we met him, he was frustrated about those off-the-shelf mouth guards. And a word about those. Boil and bite off-the-shelf mouth guards are meant to fit everybody. And as a result, don't fit you as an individual very well. It's only our custom impression system that'll capture exactly what you have going on in your mouth.
Right, yeah, so as with the boil and bite from, say, the local Dick's Superstore, I could put it in my mouth, he could put it in his mouth, it'll fit anybody. Everyone can wear it, whereas ours is the exact impression of your teeth.
Only you can wear it.
Right, and as you can see right here, with your mouth, that you're not going to be able to put that mouth guard into your mouth.
Right. So let me just give you, Jack, a bit of explanation of what happens. We take a model like this of your mouth and we put it in our press. And in that press, we take a piece of mouthguard material, and sports guards are made of multiple sheets of mouthguard material. But what it does effectively is it melts the material and it pushes with very high pressure that molten plastic down and around the teeth. And so it gets into the cracks and the crevices of your teeth so that this guard is going to fit perfectly. Now, that's the first piece of the secret sauce. The second piece is that our master craftsmen then cut the guard to fit your gum line perfectly. And so it's that cut and that pressing that make our guards so perfect fitting, you hardly even know it's there. I mean, it's as close to having nothing in your mouth with having something in your mouth.
Right, yeah, so let's go ahead and slow down just a tad bit. I see Sophie feverishly writing down some notes. Are there any questions or comments?
We got a couple questions. Emmanuel has a couple questions for you guys.
Yeah.
He asks, do you guys send mouth guards or sponsor? I'm in the amateurs competing. I've been training every day. And also wants to know, how much does it cost to get a mouth guard like that?
So I'll go ahead and answer the first question. You can take the second question.
Okay.
Emmanuel, yes, we sponsor athletes weekly. So we send out the messages via email and text, but we have a section on our website where our blog is. And if you go there, you could read how to apply perfectly. But yes, we're looking for sponsored athletes every single day. And here at the Impact team, we sit together every day, read over the submissions, and come up with the perfect athlete.
Yeah, so at the bottom of this video, we could put a link, right?
Sure.
For that?
Yeah, we'd be more than happy to, and I can shoot you a DM, no problem.
Gotcha. Yeah, so DM us will get you that information. Also, Manuel, depending on, well, you told me what sport. You have a fight coming up. Those guards start at $69. In fact, actually, you could get an Impact branded guard that starts at $59.
Right.
And then if you want to add logos or any graphics, we could certainly do that for you as well. Thanks for your question.
Yeah, we're looking forward to hearing from you.
Real King Hunt asks, what kind of mouth guards do you recommend for boxing, also with impacted canine teeth?
Gotcha. So impacted canine teeth, as we discussed, is something that we could capture in that dental grade impression. And so what we would recommend is that you choose one of our guards for boxing, and we can make any of the designs for boxing. And a word on why it's for boxing is because we actually add more of our mouthguard material. And the addition of more material to the guard for boxing gives it more shock absorbency because of the hits that you're constantly taking.
Right, yeah, so with a sport like boxing or MMA where you're actually getting hit in the face, you're going to want a thicker mouthguard. Whereas with a sport like hockey or football or lacrosse, you're already wearing a helmet and you're not really getting hit in the head all that often, so you wear a little bit thinner of a mouthguard.
Right, different sort of impacts.
Right.
If I have a fight coming up August 1st, can you get it back to me in time?
Oh, wow. What day is today?
Today is the 22nd. Is that correct?
So 8 days from now?
Today is the 22nd, yes.
Gotcha. So, well, the short answer is yes, we can make a guard and get it to you in 8 days. But here's the challenges that we have. We've got to send you, if you're not local to us, we've got to send the impression kit. You take your impression, you send it back to us, and we craft the guard. With our Speedy Lab service, we could get that done in 2 days or less. The trick is that we'd have to use overnight express mail for 3 shipments, and that's quite costly. And it also puts us to be beholden to USPS to make sure the delivery's on time. So while we can do it, I think 8 days is a little bit tight.
Mm-hmm.
If I have an underbite, what should I do?
First, start with the impression of your teeth. And from that impression, we'll craft a guard that's going to fit your mouth perfectly. I know I'm repetitive on that, but that's really the difference. And then with an underbite or an overbite, depending on which you have, we can show you how to sink your teeth into the bottom of the guard if that would make it more comfortable, or any other method to make it right for you. But the first step is to get that impression, and then we're going to make a model of your mouth. And I think you'll find with an underbite or an overbite, our guard will fit quite comfortably.
Last question I have for you guys at the moment is, if I currently have a big cavity in my tooth, can I still get a custom mouth guard?
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's an interesting question. This dental impression is going to capture exactly what you have going on in your mouth. And so while you won't see it in this one, if you had a cavity, it would actually show some of your putty protruding out in the impression, which means it went into your cavity when the impression was taken. And so we would carve that out of the impression and then the model so that the guard would fit you perfectly. And so if you're just not scheduled to get that taken care of by the dentist for some period of time, yes, we could certainly make a guard while you still have that cavity.
Right. We run into that all the time. We've seen everything, so don't be afraid to get a mouth guard or send it back into us.
Yeah, of course, we'd recommend that you get the cavity filled at the dentist.
Absolutely.
And save the tooth. But if the tooth is not possible to save and you're going to have it extracted at some point, we could clearly make a guard if teeth are missing.
Jeff asks, will they need a new guard after the filling goes in for the cavity?
Jeff, good question. The answer is typically no, because there's no difference in the tooth on the outside of it. We should be fine because we're going to trim out that material as if it's a full tooth. And so, no, they shouldn't need another, you shouldn't need another guard, or I wouldn't need another guard if I took the impression while the cavity was present.
Any more questions?
That's it.
No? Yeah, so I guess I really wanted to highlight just a couple more things real quick. We have our guard health here on the table. We'd love for you guys to check that out. And as well as our Impact Stay Stuck tape. It's awesome tape. We use it every single day, and it works for every sport.
Yeah, that stays stuck when wet, and that's real key property. And the guard health is great, especially nowadays. Sanitize your mouth guard.
Yeah. I guess if we don't have any more questions, we can go ahead and close it up.
Sophie, thanks for joining us today. Hopefully you'll do it more often with us.
Yeah, thanks again, Sophie. We'll see you guys next week around this time again.
Yeah, and just before we cut off, we do go live in our Facebook group, which is called Sponsorship Live. And so Emmanuel asked us earlier about sponsorships.
Yeah.
It's a great place to come learn about how to get sponsored, how to stay sponsored, and what sponsorship is all about.
Right, so we'll make sure to link that down below as well. And if you're interested in it, just shoot us a DM and I'll reply right away.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.